United States football. Here are your hosts, the Taco Slayer Jorge and MLS card guy Chris.
Oh, welcome in for some Sunday shenanigans. We're going to get through the MLS weekend on this fine Easter Sunday, if that's something you're into, or you're just sitting here watching some MLS, watching some ATL and Chicago doing the final grand thing with me as always. Chris, the MLS grocery guy, and Alex ATG Sorare, who just keeps on coming. What's up, y'all?
I can't be 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure there's an ice cream truck outside. So, I don't know what to do right now. I feel like we just canceled the stream and I go get some ice cream.
Wait, like a mad dash.
Yeah, I can hear it.
What would be your order? What would you get?
I was going to say
all of it.
Just all of it.
Just one of everything. Why not?
Just one of everything. Because why not? Because we can.
Those strawberry like crunch pops. Those
strawberry shortcake.
Oh yeah,
all
we
day.
Take those. We take those
all day. 100% strawberry shortcake ice creams are the best. And Alex, you look like you're over there skiing and snowboarding and doing whatnot. What is your ice cream of choice?
Ooh, I would have to go one of the popsicles, one of like the cartoon popsicles. Those are like nostalgia. Like I used to always get the SpongeBob or the Batman, Spider-Man. It'd have to be one of those. It's a basic choice, but still.
Which little gumball eyes and all that fun stuff. Well, guess what? I can't eat ice cream because my tummy don't like it. So I would not approach the ice cream truck.
There's like lactose intolerant ice cream, isn't there?
Yeah, it's not as good. It's not as good.
No.
It's very hard. It's very hit or miss. Ben and Jerry's is all right. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's all right.
That's fair.
Anyway, nobody cares about my inability to talk about ice cream. We're here to talk about Sorare and the MLS weekend. So, Chris, I'll take it to you first since Riverhounds had a bye week. You actually got to watch some soccer this weekend. What's one of the favorite things you saw this weekend?
I got to watch a little bit. I saw Philly dismantle Minnesota. Wasn't even close. Yeah, we said that Philly was in trouble, but you look up and they're still undefeated. They still haven't lost a game yet. They've also not played their starting lineup in any MLS games because they've been going after CONCACAF so hard. Yeah, I think that the Philly hate was a little misplaced based on what I saw there. Still 100% Philly. And then I didn't watch Colorado LAFC because I figured naps are important, but I did see that Georgi Mihailovic decided that he remembered how to put the ball in the back of the net, which is cool. And LAFC are still not great. They're going to get smoked in El Trafico next week. So.
Ooh, that'll be a fun little match coming up. Mike Baston, hello, good evening. Cheers to you. Alex, what did you see this weekend? What stuck out to you this weekend as far as MLS action?
Well, I got my cold gear on. We finally got an away win. It's been so long since we got a regular season away win. And it was in the cold in Toronto. And we looked good. Second half, we looked so good. Besides that, I went back and watched stuff because I was traveling. I had a big travel day yesterday, but I did watch the LAFC highlights. Is Colorado, are they good? Or is
I didn't
LAFC
say they're not
so
that bad. They're not that bad.
Is LAFC just not looking great?
See, I think at altitude, LAFC is really not good. They have a lot of old dudes, and they're kind of Miami-like, like they got Aaron Long back there. They got Elie Sanchez. Like, those dudes, they get to altitude, can't really move. So at RSL in a snow hurricane, didn't work. At Colorado at altitude, didn't work. So, yeah, I think on their day, LAFC are probably still a decent team. But let's not just say at Colorado is an easy matchup for everybody.
Yeah, it never is. You get up in those mountains, you have a little fun. Denver's a fun little town. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for you. And there are some red flags in this LAFC team making Colorado look good. And Mike Basson over here is sharing us with Marseille, PSG, and Atlanta, Chicago. We also have Atlanta, Chicago on. It is going to be a wacky, wild evening. I'm glad we could be a part of that epic rotation.
I will say Atlanta, Chicago, literally the stream for that started the second we hit live. So two of the greatest shows on TV both started at the same time today.
Let's go. And shout out to our boy Thomas, MLS Sorare Scout, who is on the field right now holding one of them fancy flags and the pregame celebrations and all that stuff. Good job.
We should have had him come in live from the field. That would have been cool.
Stream the game.
Yeah.
Someone send him a link real quick. See if he'll just hop in from his phone on the field. That'll be great. Dude, one of the things that's really stuck out to me this weekend was Columbus going into Nashville, a wounded Nashville, and Columbus defensive woes are back. We thought they figured it out last season. We thought they got it together, and all of a sudden they're leaking goals, and things aren't looking as great as they were for the Columbus Crew at the beginning of the season. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that fun stuff. Like always, we'll dig into things. We'll dig into some games, and we'll figure out, see who scored in SO5, who didn't, and who killed our lineups. Before we hop into the games, do you guys have any sweats going on with Sorare lineup?
Not even slightly.
Yeah, if Sean John would have played, I would have had one, but that didn't happen. So, nope.
Gotta be careful with those guys.
He's close, but I don't think he was back yet.
I wasn't a priority, so I wasn't too fussed, but still.
Yeah, I threw him in there just because like I have extra lineups and don't have enough goalkeepers, so I was like, why not? But yeah, the only thing I got this week was I hit rare threshold. I think maybe for the first time, and I hit a little cheeky contender in season, little mini reward. This T5's not going to hold. And yeah, we're done. I will say this is actually kind of a talking point that I want to go through because I think normally I'm hitting like 2K in SoCoin, and now none of these competitions have SoCoin anymore. So are we just punting that? Is that over? Is that progress bar, back in the dustbin of history again?
Or SoCoin's going up in value.
Oh,
harder to get.
Me and my 60K SoCoins, they're gonna be here for a while.
Inflation, SoCoin inflation.
So I remember seeing, I don't remember where they posted it, but I guess they had talked about reducing the amount of SoCoins they were giving out. And I don't remember, we had a conversation a while ago when we were like really digging into the club shop where it was like, they might be giving away too many coins for the amount of like jerseys and raffles that they have to give away. So like something's going to have to give. Either they're going to have to raise the price of the signed jerseys and stuff like that, or they're going to have to stop giving away as many SoCoins to make it a little bit harder so that there's not, 100,000 people or 20,000, whatever people trying to get a signed jersey all at the same time. So push comes up. So congratulations to you guys who held on to your SoCoins, didn't spend them, because now it's going to be harder to get them.
They're going to be worth a boatload.
Dude, you're a little so rich. You're so rich on the so rare. How does that make you feel?
It's only taken 2 years, but maybe at some point they'll put up a jersey and I'll be the only one that can afford it.
They'll finally do an MLS mystery jersey. Have they ever done one? Have they ever done one?
I don't think so.
I think even Sorare can't afford the MLS jerseys. So other leagues around the world, maybe not.
Oh
MLS.
man,
They're too expensive.
We'll get shirts, just MLS shirts.
Yeah. Like Basson, they really don't know what to do with the club shop. It's a good idea, and there's so much potential. It's just not there yet. So it's just out of sight, out of mind until we can figure it out and go from there. You want to know something that we need to figure out though? Is Philly, and we've had this conversation. Everyone's been yelling at me about this Andre Blake that I won. Goes down with an injury, looks precautionary, but don't know. And we had this conversation. We said Philly defense is wacky. There's nobody you really want. They all banged this weekend. Is Philly back?
They never left. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
They're
been
undefeated, my guy.
Okay, they're undefeated.
They've
but
been getting draws on the road. Like that's not and rotating their lineup. And they have no
lines don't matter to me. What matters to me is Sorare scores, and they haven't been hitting, but now they're hitting. I don't care if they win or lose. Philly, I don't care. I want them to score on SO5. SO5 wise, are they back? And are they about to like start flying like the normal Philly does? That's what I need to know.
Generally.
Probably with no Champions Cup, they'll probably start opening up and just flying.
Yeah, might as well. Nothing else you can do. The League's Cup.
Yep.
Oh, the League's Cup. How are we feeling about Minnesota, who came into this game? Bongi off the bench again, almost had a goal, got called back on VAR, but Bongi again continuing to produce off the bench. When is he ever going to start instead of
maybe never? I don't know if he's a starter on this team. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
He is kind of a spark plug, so like he works well off the bench. But I think they really like Caden Clark, and I think they're gonna keep going to Caden Clark.
Yeah, and when Reynoso comes back, he'll slot in, and there's another person that Holland Riley won't be able to get over. So it's like I don't know. I don't buy the hype for Minnesota first. It's crazy how high they are in the table, but I don't think it won't stay consistent. I don't think.
I actually kind of do buy the Minnesota hype to some degree. I think this is about kind of where they should be, like 4 or 5 in that neighborhood, because they've got depth and they've got decent pieces. And like, I am a little surprised they're this high without Reynoso, but with Reynoso, I think this is probably about where they should be, like 4, 5, 6, somewhere in that neighborhood. I mean, tough to get results at Philly, but they've gotten results, in tough places to start the season without all their players, and bringing new coaching staff in and getting everybody settled. And I'm excited to see how they go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting too when Reynoso gets into this team, because it's a new coach, new everything. So where does he slot in? Where does he fit in all of this? And are they maybe preparing for Reynoso to be on the way out? Because who's going to want to deal with these shenanigans a year after year, especially a new coach? He's not. I mean, Reynoso's great. Like, we love watching Reynoso, but like, are you really going to want to deal with this year in and year out?
If he scores goals, no one cares.
Yeah, we saw what he did last year when he came back, dude. He pumped them, like he was keeping them up, and so but you can also say that was when Bongi was playing well. So
yeah. He got hot. Bongi has it in him. Bongi has it in him. And
we'll never get
ATL
Bongi.
Chicago is kicked off, so we've lost Chris and potentially me. And Mike Bassett, no, I didn't sell. I'm still bag holding it, and now through an injury, even better. I was thinking about selling it. I looked at it. I considered listing it. I really did, but did not. So here we are. Anything else you guys want to point out about this Philly-Minnesota game? Anything that stands out, or should we move on?
Not from the game, but Semley did get minted, so he will. Yeah, he will. Yeah. He'll probably. I assume he'll play next week, right? If it's a concussion that Blake's dealing with, or it depends on how serious it is. But
Blake got beat up in this game, because I saw him in the first half take a shot too.
It was like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
Also, don't sleep on Quinn Sullivan. He had 2 or 3 really good chances and hit the crossbar on the one. So, not a great score this week, but he was real close to having a banging week too.
Was it his brother? His brother just got shipped off to City, right?
Unofficially, and he can't leave until he's 18. So he's going to be with the Philly first team for like 3 years. So they're expecting him to be up this year at 14 years old, which is
he's going to be crazy. Yeah.
Man City going after a 14-year-old from the Philly Union system is kind of incredible if you really think about it. Who knows if it'll pan out? There's a lot of things that could happen between now and then, but very, very cool to see. Major League Soccer is massive, or whatever the kids say these days. You know who's not massive? This team that everyone says is massive in LAFC, who loses 3-2 to the Colorado Rapids, who has not really had it together. But now they do. Georgi Mihailovic with a banger and a pen. If he's scoring goals, is this team really good?
Yes. He's the piece that they need. They need a playmaker, and he's hopefully going to be that for them. And Zach Steffen actually looked like a good keeper in this game too. So if they have those 2 pieces working, they could actually meet expectations or go above them that people gave them during the offseason.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember. I think this was the goal that I was thinking of, but the free kick goal was Lloris. Should he have saved that? Because didn't he go to Lloris's side and he just kind of didn't save it for some reason?
It went above his head, and he just didn't move. It's like he thought he was Shaqiri in goal for a second, I guess. But it was very low effort. Hopefully it's not a sign that maybe Lloris won't take this as serious. But I don't know. It was still a good free kick, but he's got to at least try.
I don't know. He hit that thing pretty hard. That thing was soaring.
I'm watching the Atlanta-Chicago game, and Brad Guzan just got a last-man tackle on his own teammate. So that's cool.
Dude, I saw that
Brad Guzan
pretty doing Brad Guzan things.
This is what he does.
When are we getting Cohen? Please.
Daniel, good afternoon.
Sometime.
Alex's jersey makes you want to log off. I do kind of agree, but you kind of got to give Austin props for winning a game. So we'll accept it.
Driussi's back, boys.
We've been pumping that bag.
Alex Ring is also playing further up the field. He's not a center back anymore. Here we go.
Mike Bass, the best LAFC card this game week was a 2022 Arango.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's about as good as it gets. And hey, shout out to Atuesta with also a golazo and an assist. So back. He had a quiet start to the season. I wanted to pick one up. I didn't. And now I think it's like 2 games in a row now with a decisive or something like that. And oh, you love to see it. Atuesta is back in the league, and MLS is better for it. You love to see it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm in on the Colorado hype yet. I mean, they have good pieces. They looked okay. Kevin Cabral still just being Kevin Cabral. That's always going to thing and never going to change. And shout out to Moises Bombito, who seems to be catching eyes everywhere you go, everywhere you see. So he could be promising little prospect.
Are we saying Colorado has hype? Because they're 2-2-2 with a -2 goal difference, and they've allowed 10 goals this year. So I don't know if they're hype yet. They're just not. Yeah, they're not the worst team in the league now. They're right, but I don't know that they're hype.
Yeah, but see that you got to get in on the hype before they're hype. You know, that's how it works. You got to get the hype before the hype. You got to believe. Hashtag trust the team. I guess maybe we'll see. It's hard to trust Colorado, but maybe we'll get there. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
You know who you should not trust? Seattle, because they got pumped again.
Oh yes.
Tough scenes. They're dead last. If it weren't for Carlos Heel, they'd be winning the wooden spoon right now.
They haven't won a game all season.
Point? Has New England got a point yet?
New England's got 1 point.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. They were also off this weekend, so
what's it
for Seattle?
What has to happen in Seattle at this point? Because it's been rough. They actually created chances in this game.
Come back.
I watched a good amount of this game.
Yeah.
And they had chances. Like Jordan Morris missed an open net. And we all know how I feel about Jordan Morris. And it's just vibes are bad for Seattle. The chips aren't falling. And this was a soggy game. Okay. So we kind of gotta say it was a little hard. All right. It was a little weird. The ball was getting stuck. It was just one of those games, but it was fun. And the LA Galaxy were kind of flying, also created their chances. And dude, the connection between these attacking players and LA Galaxy is just getting better and better every game, and it's scary.
Can we talk about Caceres' injury? Because who's gonna play center back now until Jalen Neal is alive?
Whoever stepped in,
it was Zavaleta. He scored against us last week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that a whole lot, to be fair.
But they're going to outscore you, so who cares?
This is the annual clean sheet you'll get from LA, by the way. You will never see another one this season.
Sell your McCarthy's now.
But keep your main and Audi. They're going to cook all year.
Dude, Yamane, man, has been banging. He's been incredible. And the way he flies up that wing, it's been fun to watch. And I think, dude, he's going to be such a great scorer, I think, all season. So even though the price is a little up, I think, because he was kind of like a hype signing going to a hype team of the season. It's like sometimes you just got to do it. Unless it's Kai Wagner, because I won't do it.
What about Joveljic not getting the start in this game?
Yeah, that was interesting. What's up with
concern there?
What I saw was that he had some sort of illness, like he got sick, and he could play, but they didn't want to risk anything. So they just
I wouldn't risk anything against the worst team in the league either. That's true. I mean, let's be honest. Miguel Berry is not a starting striker in this league.
God,
so
no.
I don't think we're under any real threat. But and almost just scored.
Yep.
No, I don't think we're under any real threat. But what's the Gabriel Peck? He's a winger, right?
Yeah, he's a right winger.
Yeah, he's gonna play opposite Paintsel.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not minted, correct? I don't think he has cards.
Not yet, I don't think. We can find out with the power of so rare data. Wow.
Incredible.
Nope. Nada. Zilch. I mean, he had a goal this game. It looked pretty good. Again, it was just that quick 1-2 inside of the box. That connection is just going to continue to get better and better. And yeah, scratch out Miguel Berry. Gross. Disgusting. And dude, their midfield is solid now. You got Bergman and Delgado back in there, dominating. Yeah, sure, your center back depth isn't great. There's question marks, but I think they have a solid spine in front of them enough to where it's they might be able to get away with it until they get healthy again, which is another very scary sign. For
once they get Jalen Neal on this team, this looks like a really good team.
Yeah,
it's already a really good team.
Yeah, that's the scary part. They're already a good team with some key injuries and things. And GG went down in the box. He was rolling around like he always did, trying to score a goal.
He's
which
trying
is
to find a
also
penalty.
scary.
That's what he's trying to do.
I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll get some magic spray and he'll get right back out there.
He's got a nice big turf line across his head, though.
Listen, I'll continue to say it. That GG is soft. Okay, he gets pushed around. He likes flopping around, trying to find the floor, trying to find those pens. We get it, haha. But he's a little soft. Sorry about it. Sorry, not actually. I'm not sorry about it. It is what it is. But the LA Galaxy continue to move. The Seattle Sounders continue to just prove that they are not the Sounders of old. And it might be time to rebuild. But we'll see. Until João Paulo comes back, like Chris says, can't count them out until João Paulo comes back or something.
And they always have their midseason, Seattle Sounders run. So anticipate that too.
They don't believe in soccer being played before June. So these two games don't actually count.
Yep. And they'll be third, and they'll get in the playoffs third seed.
Yeah,
it will happen.
They'll probably win the West, to be fair.
Yeah, there's no Minnesota's not holding. Yeah, they might win the West.
I don't know. LA, they may not catch the Galaxy at this point, but
true.
Yeah, everybody else they can catch.
Yeah,
we'll put a pin in it, and we'll revisit Seattle in a couple of weeks, and we'll go, wow, this team is crazy. They're flying, like, oh my gosh, goals on goals. But until then, it's not going to happen. You know what? You can't always count on, though, in Major League Soccer. You can count on this page to load right here so that I can show you that Charlotte, once again, conceding late at home. Boy, Charlotte loves to be dramatic in pure dramatic fashion. Shout out to our boy Hunter, who does a crazy, great MLB So Rare content, who was at this game. Congratulations. And our boy Trippin' B, who was in our last So Rare in the States podcast episode. Look at all that, shilling you on all these fun things. Is Charlotte ever going to figure out how not to concede late in games to a Cincinnati team who is proving that they are also struggling to score goals? Dun, dun, dun.
No, that it will stay with them forever.
No, this is why Charlotte's not great, because they just drop points, and like they're only really ahead at home, so like they can't drop points on the road, or else they would do that too. I didn't see the pen, but I didn't know Diani would be taking pens for them. I assumed somebody else would take it, like Westwood, but that's interesting to note that he's on their penalties.
I thought Brecht was on them, and then he got subbed off. Maybe.
Well, I was watching the MLS wrap up or something like that, and I guess someone had mentioned that Dean Smith held like a competition on pens because nobody was really like a locked in pen taker, and he was just the guy that like showed up and did great, and he showed up in this game and scored against a Celentano. So hey, it worked, right?
Also, I will say the penalty was not great. He kind of smashed it straight down the middle and could have been saved if Celentano didn't go way too early.
Isn't there something where like statistically like going down the middle is like the best bet or something like that?
Yeah, but you don't want to smash it. You want to hit it with like a little bit of pace so that they have time to clear. Like he smashed it hard enough to where the goalkeeper, if he had actually just tried to guess normally instead of going way early, he would have just been in the middle still. Even if he was diving one way or the other, he still would have had a chance to save it. But yeah, it still went in, so fair enough.
Hey, we got it.
Almada almost just scored.
Go ahead, Alex.
It's still a Yedlin season. He came in and he's already. It was a beautiful assist too. I don't know if y'all saw, but it was like a back heel.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So that was a really nice goal. And dude, Cincinnati's so good. Charlotte had to win that game. That's a huge win if they do. And so, if Cincinnati's able to pull out results out of that sort of game, then there's going to be a problem.
I mean, that's what separates the winners from the losers, right? Being able to figure it out in tight games and, find that winning ball no matter what. And hey, this is huge for Bupenza too, because it's a late equalizer, whatever. You didn't really win, but you got a result away in a hard place to win. And Bupenza finally gets on the score sheet. So does that kind of maybe
he didn't do anything. He just passed it into an open net.
He was in the right place at the right time. He didn't give up on the play late. And Yedlin, it looked dead. It couldn't happen. Shout out to Yedlin for just making that pullback happen somehow. It was crazy, crazy stuff. But hey, maybe it'll spark things and he'll start flying and start putting in some goals for the Cincinnati team.
I don't think Bupenza's Vasquez, so
he's not.
But I think this is gonna be how this team kind of is. They're gonna be a lot more Nashville like, where like they're gonna go as Lucho Acosta goes, and there's really nobody else who can create anything. So they're probably gonna be pretty good defensively, but they're also probably not gonna blow teams away.
Right. It's something that I was thinking maybe like last week too, where it's like, especially right now, like if Lucho's not the one making it happen, like it's just not happening. And
Right.
you just can't count on him to do it every week. It's just not gonna happen. So they need to figure something out for sure.
And the thing is, too, is when Lucho's not being able to do anything, their defense is so good, they'll be able to hold teams until
Right.
Lucho starts doing something. Like we said that last episode, that back line is going to be a problem to just face at all times. And if Yedlin's getting involved in the attack, too, that could be dangerous because that gives them more pieces. And also, shout out Nwobodo with 20 AA off the bench.
Man's back.
Oh, he's so back. You
I'm
love
for
to
sure
see it.
starting him next week, by the way. I got him as a reward, and he's like 70 cents, and I'm like, heck yeah, I'm starting him.
Isn't his new season like
Super cheap?
Isn't it like $5? It's him or a Fafa Pico.
I think it was like $1. Maybe that was
For a new season? Yeah, it's probably old season.
That might be a sneaky little buy to
It really is.
kind of
Like, he's
stash
got
away.
it.
Yeah.
Pick up him
Interesting.
in Yedlin. Yedlin's only $3 too, so those are two really good pickups.
Yeah, how are we feeling on this Yedlin thing? Do we think Yedlin's going to hold this up throughout the year? Like it's going to be a new team? Because even like he did okay in Miami, but like he does disappear sometimes. He does lose a lot of AA sometimes. Do we think he'll do a little bit? Yeah, I mean, sure, but some a little bit drastic than others. Like Yedlin will just put up real stinkers sometimes. So it's like, how are we feeling with him in this new team who is defensively solid? So he has the ability to stay up a little bit more, maybe where Miami, like sometimes you just had to pray and hope for the best. Are we buying Yedlin here?
Well, also think about Cincinnati's system and how much they use their fullbacks to create offensively. Like I'm completely blanking on the guy's name. Their other really good player from last year that was U23 that I owned.
Ariel,
yeah. He played fullback and he was just everywhere for them. So like that's what I think Yedlin is basically this year is their Barrial. So yeah, I mean I think he's got a lot more potential in Cincy than he did in Miami for sure. And I mean he's old, but he's still pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they stick with this formation that they're in, the way that his role is, he's gonna be very good this whole season. Especially like we were saying that there's no other guys to really turn it on. Everybody has to play, and when he's not playing, he's gonna be back there in the defense helping out. And so it's sort of if you find the right fullback that's going to be able to do that, that's a really good pickup, and he's turning into that really quickly.
Speaking of the right fullback, how about Aaron Herrera coming up big?
Oh,
my guy.
Oh, we've been high on this DC team. We talked about it. We said I was expecting a little crazier game. I was expecting kind of a little bit chaos. Chris, did you watch this game like in its entirety? All right, talk to me about this game.
DC,
Weapon, what I miss?
Obliterated Montreal. It was
really
not close at all. They just couldn't score. Sorare made a ridiculous save on Benteke in the first half.
That's all that.
And they got real close a couple times. The clearance off the line, Herrera actually made like a last man tackle and then made a clearance off the line and like back to back like sequences there. But he almost scored 100 even without the decisive. He was absolutely everywhere. Cleach was good. Bartlett was everywhere. Antley's been playing really well. Just up and down this team is just really good scores. This style is lending itself really well to Sorare scoring. And Benteke couldn't get on the score sheet, but he was really close again. Yeah. DC's really good, guys.
Talk to me. What happened to my boy Jared Stroud? Because I went and picked one up. Thought I was big braining the MLS Special Weekly here. ¿Qué pasó? What happened?
He was certainly not as much of a factor. Like I definitely did not notice that he was there today. I know in the St. Louis game he played that Aaron Herrera wingback role, and this time he was further up the field. They had Dahomey playing more of a wingback role. But I mean, I don't think long term there's anything really to worry about with Stroud. I don't think he's going to be like a consistent huge smasher, but he's definitely going to have his games where he's very valuable, and for the price you're getting him, he's still definitely worth it.
Is that true that Benteke and Cleach both missed 3 chances? Had beat 3 big chance misses for. Because that's what I saw.
Benteke certainly did. I don't remember Cleach missing any big chances. I mean, he may have, but he created 3 big chances.
Oh, and then Benteke, I think, missed.
And then Benteke missed them all.
Missed them all. Yep.
Yeah.
That's brutal, actually. 15
Yikes.
points down from missed chances, and he still had a 33. Like, if he just puts one of those chances away, he's on a 70, and it's like, oh my God, Benteke is the best player on the field.
He is. He had it last week too, where he was a big save on a header, and who was it that got the rebound?
Ted Pietro.
Yeah, Pietro. So it's one of those things where like this team is crazy, and Pedro Santos
comes in off the bench and hits a missile. By the way, that was crazy.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised that he didn't start the game. To be fair, they started the home over him, which was interesting.
Do we have any word on the Bono Tyler Miller train, or is it still up in the air? Like
Miller's still out, so absolutely no way to tell who's the starter. I mean, as DC gets better and better and better, like you don't want to make goalkeeper switches when it's not a clear switch. Like if you're going from Simile to Andre Blake, like that's a little different than. I mean, these two were kind of battling it out anyway, so. I'm starting to lean more and more towards it's probably just going to be Bono, but I also don't want to buy a Bono because I'm not 100% sure yet.
Especially when it comes to goalkeepers, man. You can't be playing like that. They're too.
I mean, to be fair, I do already have a Miller. So, like, if I buy a Bono, then I just automatically have all of them, But
what are you doing? What are you waiting for, buddy?
At some point, I will probably have to.
What are you doing? Daniel Brubaker here brings up a good point. I don't want to skip by. So do we still not know how promotion and relegation work for the midweek? Have we seen anything?
As far as I know, those competitions aren't open for the midweek, right? Aren't they only doing those on the weekends, and then they're gonna have like special weeklies and that kind of thing?
I guess so. What they have to have 10 teams like in like a contest for it to open up. So if that doesn't happen, which is already kind of rare sometimes in the midweek, then yeah, I don't think it matters. And then special weeklies, I don't think it'll matter for those. So I think you're right. If they do, because I know they said that they were going to do like special weeklies for CONCACAF and CONMEBOL and like Libertadores and all that. Like,
I thought they were going to do special weeklies for like Champions League stuff.
Yeah. So, but if that's the case, if those teams are playing, if there's enough of them,
then I assume that it's going to be the same. Like if you don't enter a team, you don't get relegated. If you enter, it better be a good team.
Because like the L15s, when do they update in football? Like,
so you can pick your lineup based on the L15 of the week before, basically. So like if there was a weekend game, you would not that score would not count to the L15 of the player picking for midweek. It would only count to the next weekend.
So I think it would roll like that then, wouldn't they? They would roll over the divisions, the relegations through the midweek, and then it would change for the weekend. Right?
I would think you would just be in whatever division you're going to be in.
Right, for the weekend, and then it would change again for the next weekend following, depending on what your past weekend results.
Like
were.
if you're in Division 3 in a weekend and you get promoted, I would think you'd be in Division 2 for the midweek, not for the next weekend. Because then if you get relegated, are you in Division 2 or Division 3?
Yeah,
that wouldn't make any sense. I would think because like with an L15, like you have to be building lineups in the previous game week.
Yeah.
So like you have to basically build it with an L15 that's from before the game week starts. Whereas with divisions, I mean, you're not building a different lineup based on what division you're in. You're just getting different prizes based on what division you're in. So plus you kind of have a good idea of if you're going to get promoted or not.
Right. I don't know. I just think that like it's not going to switch until the weekend. So like whatever division you were in for the weekend, if you are in the midweek, like you're still going to basically be in the same division and then move on from there. Yeah,
But-
I guess Laird's idea of midweeks don't affect promotion and relegation. I mean, I think dude, it's so tough. Well, they made all these rules all of a sudden, and then there's all these like what ifs and like special scenarios and specific like situations that they don't have answers for. And
To be fair, I don't think it really matters.
Bob Flynn, what's up? Orange Fly in the house. So they create a system that is always 1 week behind for relegation.
Yeah, I don't think that makes any sense, and I don't think it. Again, I don't think it really matters. Like,
yeah, I mean, like
you're
I
not
said,
building different teams in division. You know, maybe if one team gets promoted and one gets relegated on a weekend, and you're like your teams flip spots, maybe it matters then.
Well, that's why, like I kind of said on the last show, where it's like divisions don't matter because at the end of the day, you get 3 lineups, and those 3 lineups are going to be your best lineups that you can put out because you're not going to put out some like weird lineups. So it's just like just one after another, just boom, 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 and like that's kind of how it should go. Like it shouldn't matter what division it is because like you can't control the DMPs and like the poor performances and stuff like that. And you're just going to be in whatever division you end up, and either way, you're still going to line up the 3 best lineups you could put out in whatever contest that you're aiming for. So I don't know. Mike Basson, it's impossible to promote relegate in next game week and make it clearly known to players when some games may not have even completed before the next game week opens. Yeah, it's like the way their locks work and stuff like that. It just like there's just no way they're gonna have to roll it over and just be like, look, divisions change on the weekends, which they should have made divisions like monthly. Just saying.
Yeah, like you said, it doesn't matter because we're just going to put in the same lineups anyway. But I think it being like every weekend probably makes sense. Like I'm getting promoted in one of my challenger lineups, and for next week it still says I'm in the same division. Or for this midweek it says I'm same division. So yeah, I would assume it's next weekend.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of asking the L15 thing. They have to be updated in the same way as a player L15 and stuff like that, and then that way it stays consistent. So I don't know. They backed themselves into a corner on this one, and they're just gonna have to be like, "Look, this is the way it is," and no matter what they do, and they're gonna put their foot down, and be like, "These are the rules," and people are gonna get their pitchforks and torches out anyway. And you know how people are on the interwebs, and that's why we love being here, right?
Mbappe's struggling, guys. Got subbed out.
You say Mbappe?
Only got a 50 something.
Sir, this is an MLS show.
I don't know what that league is. What's an MLS?
But it matters because it's not transparent to the user, which creates barriers to entry.
I guess
Yes.
yeah, that's true. But there's been times that Sorare hasn't been transparent in the past, so roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches. Anyway, there's your shenanigans for you. Because we do things. How's ATL in Chicago looking? Oh, as ATL almost tries to score.
Yeah, there's been I've looked over a lot. I've been watching this game. Chicago has done 0.
Yeah,
they
I
had
feel
one chance at the beginning. They haven't done anything.
This is kind of how this game's going to go, I think. It's just how many can Atlanta score?
Yeah, every time I look up, like Atlanta's just in the final third trying to make it happen.
But we know how Atlanta is. Once they score 1, it's going to be 4-0. Quick.
So how many of you guys' lineups are getting promoted and relegated? How did you guys
actually
do this week?
We could actually go look through that real quick before we hop back in. Bob, odds are they will eventually forget all about relegation and promotion like they did with Rivals.
And like they did with the club shop.
In the percussion bar.
I can show you mine if you want to show it mine. I can show you.
Who has it pulled up?
I have mine pulled up. So I went to the QPR game, so I built a QPR lineup, and that actually did really well. So it says I'm getting promoted. And so, but as I was saying, for next week, it still says the same thing. But yeah, the sporting lineup, we saw what happened. Also, this DNP didn't help. When we get to the sporting game, I'll talk about what happened though, with the late equalizer, or not equalizer, consolation. But yeah, what about y'all?
6 promos and 1 relegation.
Mike
God,
Baston.
Mike. Okay.
Dude, look at that.
Some of us don't have amazing lineups all over the place.
Bob in last place in all his Prem lineups. Uh-oh.
So
Bob
I
needs to
have
get
I
shopping.
have a lineup called "What is a Premier League?" and it's getting relegated, which is kind of sad. But
They're going to the championship.
yeah, we're going to the championship, boys. This lineup is probably still fine because we got Toni Kroos here, even though Mbappe kind of sucked. We still got 3 players to play here. I
Jeez,
guess.
did Ramos get 100 or close, or what was it?
Yeah, Ramos got 100. I think 100. Maybe he got like a 98.
It's his birthday too, right? There you go. Birthday 100.
Yeah, he scored, and when Ramos scores, it's over. So it looks like the PSV stacks actually, in fact, did stand a chance. Because that lineup went down. Apparently, Division 5 is just like super easy. Because I had a DMP
Everybody
and
wins.
still got promoted, which is interesting. We're running with Chris Brady right now.
He's doing not bad until they concede 1.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lineup's getting promoted. We're okay there. This lineup's looking good. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4 up, 2 down.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Wow,
No,
look at you go.
I think we take those. This one I think is probably going to stay up, but we'll see. I need like a 50.
Wow,
Toni
dude.
Kroos, which
Got an Mbappe in there. Wow. Big brain.
dude, Mbappe, Musiala, Ter Stegen, and they're just
And
nothing.
still relegated,
Just
dude.
nothing, man.
And
Like, what am I
still
supposed to do
relegated.
with this? I mean,
Who scored for
Frimpong had
PSG?
a
Who
big
scored?
matchup.
Do you see?
I don't know.
Here's what I got rolling. I got winning 2 boxes in
Oh, yeah.
rare. 2 boxes, 100 coins, promotion. I'm safe in most of them. Promoted Division 5. Let's go. Let's see what else we got here.
How those special
Doesn't
teams
contender
go.
lineup. My contender is safe. Didn't do much. What's a DMP? Look at me go in Division 2 contender with a DMP. Special weeklies. Well, that's not promotion relegation. But $7 though. Let's go. Oh, I got a tier 5. Yeah, there's no promotion relegation in these, right? Yeah. Nah. We
This
doing all right. We holding.
this
We holding strong.
this rivals lineup is kind of a crazy sweat right now. It's not arena, but you know they ran that promotion that was like score 300 points and you can win the captain of your team.
There's your answer.
Yeah, Coutinho.
Yo, VT for Oviedo. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Which actually, funny enough, that VT came out of a Rivals reward box. Oddly enough. So it is possible. Shout out to VT out of a box. Look at me go.
There,
Wow.
you can share mine and see this absolute beauty.
Hold on real quick. What was this Rivals sweat? Sorry.
See, I have 295 points, and you need to get to 300 to get qualified to win a captain, your captain. So I could win like an Mbappe limited. I need one of these 2 guys to step up and get me an extra 4 points.
You could sub in someone for Mwani, right?
Oh, true.
That would be risky as hell. It's 83 minutes in.
Yeah, probably. Have to be. You might sub someone in from Marseille, if anything.
No, you
'Cause
have all
they-
5 from the same team.
Oh, is that true?
really?
Never mind.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say they need a goal, so they're going to be pressing up. So Morier, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, good luck.
Oh,
We wanna see that
Mbappe
Mbappe.
score in the first half. You're not getting anything from being actually you actually brought something up, Chris. You were talking about the challenges on Rivals. Are those bringing you back in a little bit? Like, are those making you care about Rivals a little bit more?
The 4 challenges they ran?
Yeah. Just any of them, because you were talking about you're doing
Um,
this to try to win Mbappe. So is that pulling you in?
I mean, so it was this thing. It was the challenges of the week. I didn't do this one because I can't go to El Clasico even if I win that. This is the one that I was talking about. 300 players from the same team win a limited card as a captain you chose. Obviously, a chance to win a limited. This one I hit, so maybe I'll get a free Dortmund jersey, which would be pretty sick.
That'd be
And
sick.
this one, nobody scored in this game, so cool. Great, guys. Way to pick.
go.
Way to pick the Pep Guardiola versus Mikel Arteta matchup for that. No, I mean, I think it was kind of fun to do. I didn't enter arena in any of those teams. I only enter arena really in MLS now. With how much harder it is to get arena tickets, with it being once every 24 hours and reward boxes being way harder to hit because you're actually playing real people at this point. So yeah, I didn't enter arena, but I did at least play. So there's that.
Hey,
But I definitely feel like there's a lot less people playing for sure.
Yeah, I've realized that I don't really care to fill out rivals lineups on the weekends as much as I used to. Like if I have the time, like I did one for this Atlanta Chicago game that I haven't looked at, but yeah, I don't know what it is, but those challenges are fun. If they did more MLS ones, I think I'd probably be enticed a little bit more to like play them. But like, yeah, I don't really have players from Europe, so they don't really do much for me. Alex, how are you? How are you doing on rivals? Where are you at?
For rivals, there I'll show you in a second, but this is beautiful right here. Finally got some money off the special. $70 as long as nothing cheeky happens in this Atlanta game and drops me down to 60. But yeah, that'll start going to the Steve Clark rare fun stack. For rivals, oh god, I didn't even check to see if my lineup started for the PSG game. Oh god. Oh, someone scored. Who was it?
DNP.
Viti Ramos off the bench. So there was someone off the bench that just scored.
But he's been in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, and then so I've just been like running some MLS games just for fun, just because trying to get the boxes, but obviously they're hard to get. But I even lose in like sporting. I've lost like the last two because last week I lined up against a Galaxy stack, and this week I don't even know who I went against, but yeah, not good. Nope.
Look at that, Mike Baston getting an Asensio assist, who he subbed in. There you go. That's big brain. That's how you play rivals over here with the Mike Baston making the big brain moves. While we're on it, since you already kind of brought it up, Alex, and we're just gonna add insult to injury here. Tell me about this SKC Toronto match. What happened?
First of all, we're back. This is good. This is a big win. We looked like we kept possession a lot of the game. I don't know if y'all were like live tuning into anything, but Gavron had like a 70 in the first half. Like we were just peppering him with shots. And so we looked really good. We had a lot of the attacking chances. They had some really good ones too, sort of back and forth. But then second half turn on, we scored two bangers, absolute bangers. Voltaire and Jake Davis. And then after that, we kind of just controlled it, and they would come up, they would have a chance to score, and then we just counter and press quickly. And that's how, if you scroll down, Alenis Vargas got his first ever MLS goal, who is our MLS Next Pro guy, who came up and Vermees has been praising. But then at the end, 98th minute, we concede a consolation goal, and I can show you right here if you want to share this. I was very angry about it already, but then I saw this, and this made me even more angry. They didn't even go to VAR. They just ended the game. Like you're supposed to go to VAR, and it would have been. And so it would have been offside if they would have just gone to VAR, but they didn't. They blew the whistle right after he scored, and so that cost me, I think, like $80 in that rare lineup, and then my two limited Sporting KC lineups were winning money, and then they dropped out of that too. So maybe take pro refs back. Can we take them back out, please?
Back to the lockout.
That's what we wanted, man. We got our refs back. What are we complaining about now?
These replacement refs are terrible.
I don't want them back. Can we go back to the old refs so I can have my clean sheet? Thank you. But yeah, either way, I'm happy. It sucks as a so rare player that I lost a lot of money from the special week league because of that goal. But then again, we won and we have promising, fixtures coming up, and we're still never gonna ever keep a clean sheet away from home. So that's what we've learned.
Now
Also,
Marshall Ruddy is involved.
It is Marshall Ruddy season continuing.
Yeah, I don't think that was from this show.
Yeah, I was about to say we've all been very pro Marshall Ruddy. I think we all bought one, didn't we?
Yeah, I have a new
we're
season. I have a new
about
season.
I think we're about as heavy on Marshall Ruddy as you can get.
Maybe it was just you, Mike. Maybe it was just you. It might have been just you. I don't know. There might have been someone in the chat too, but we have been on the heavy Marshall Ruddy trade. And yeah, I put him in like my main MLS special lineup, and or no, my main Division 1 lineup or something like that. And the fact that he got the decisive at the very end, doesn't matter when it happens. All that matters is that we got it. It is definitely back. And I maybe I doubted the Osorio a little bit. Oh, see,
Yeah.
Mike too. He holds them. He gets it. Marshall Ruddy season. It's so Marshall Ruddy season. And I'm sorry
Sure,
I doubted
Richie,
Osorio.
until Richie Larea comes back, because probably won't
Maybe
start after that.
Is he better than Richie Larea? Maybe. Do we?
Nah. Calm down there, buddy.
Yeah. Is he? We have to stay on the Marshall
No,
Ruddy train.
they're gonna play him for 3 months so they can sell him somewhere in Europe, and then they'll be okay.
There you go. Well, either way, lucky me, I bought a Richie Larea before he got hurt. So I got them both. When in doubt, just hold them both. That's how we do here. Yeah.
And I was considering picking up an Osorio too halfway through the game because I thought he played really well.
Yeah. Osorio's
still
really
might do
good,
that.
guys.
Yeah,
Osorio's
and he's if he's playing striker for them too, that could be a lot of decisives. So, is it Osorio season? Probably not, but still might.
I actually like him a little deeper just because he gets more AA when he's a little deeper, and he still pitches in like 5 goals and 5 assists a year at least. So
yeah,
he's good.
And
for
also,
at least 80.
I could go off on again another just sporting reporters not doing their job and not reporting injuries, but I'm not going to because I feel like if I was in their position, I would want someone getting angry at them.
Did you TM them?
Should I? It's the one dude who went out off on the Dawn of Sorare. That's the main dude who does sporting reporting. So I don't want to get chewed out like him. That might still be the best like Sorare news reporter interaction. That might be better than the San Jose one.
It's all right. There'll be plenty more that we'll have in the arsenal of just people being clowns on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you know who looks like a clown? It might be me because I've been down on these pink bozos all season. And Luis Suarez, my dude, should have had a hat trick in this game. Wild that he didn't. But NYCFC Inter Miami go 1-1 in this game. NYC holds on against a Miami who Luis Suarez looks 10 years younger at this point. I don't know what the heck is going on. How are we feeling about this game? I know you guys are high on NYCFC. What do we see? What do we see here?
Shout out Biscuits at center back before we start.
Yeah, did he really play center back?
I didn't see, but I saw them post the lineup on Twitter, and he was lined up at center back. And he's on here as center back, too. I think he may have actually played center back.
Giving some real Alex Ring vibes out here.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Giving some real Yuya Kubo vibes. Play him everywhere.
Yikes. Yeah, I didn't watch this game. How does Santi Rodriguez get a negative 10 AA? What are we doing? What are we doing there, Santi? Come on, my guy.
Easy. That's 2 stinkers in a row, right? Didn't he not do good last game either?
No, I think he scored a goal last week, didn't he?
Did he?
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe I'm
Oh, no, there was no Sunday shenanigans last week, so I don't know what happened.
I think it was Fernandez. Then. Just didn't know about anything last week. It was a blip.
Yeah, he should be banging 70s every week. That's expectations for him.
Yeah. And I don't know if you want to pull it up. We can show it New York City's upcoming schedule. I'm sure we'll talk about it during the midweek too, but like they've got some. This is a team to watch out for and start picking up. I saw it and
you guys keep saying that.
Look at that. Look at those. Look at how many homes in a row. 5 home games in a row.
Oof.
And look at who they're playing.
Wow.
Not good teams either outside of DC.
So it's NYCFC season for
it may
for a little
be
bit?
at least for a little bit.
Yeah.
How many of those games are at Yankee Stadium though?
Probably.
They can't be playing all of them at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, that's true. Baseball season's back.
There's this team called the Yankees that play at Yankee Stadium.
It's cool because guess what? If they can't play in Yankee Stadium, instead of going literally anywhere else, they will just go to another baseball stadium.
Yes.
There
are lots of baseball stadiums in New York.
They'll go to the Mets.
We're okay there.
I
But
can't, dude. I can't.
does
I can't watch
does
games in baseball stadium.
does seeing that that upcoming fixture, are you gonna also buy in and join us with NYCFC?
Oh, it's in. GG.
Being that I've been holding a Keaton Parks all season, it's been
Saba to
driving me
GT.
crazy.
Saba decisive, baby. If Sean Johnson would have
it.
played, I would have liked that. Rest in peace, Chris Brady.
I knew I should have picked up Saba instead of Mayumba.
I picked
Dang
him up,
it.
and I picked up Jean Day too. Jean Day's not going to do anything again.
Dang it! Well, congratulations, Atlanta. You got your first goal. They're probably going to keep coming.
Congratulations, you guys have just won the game.
They're going to score again before this half is over. If there's 2 minutes of added time, they're going to score.
You did exactly what we said was going to happen, but I did the NYCFC thing. I don't know, man.
Who'd you click on? Parks? What's
Keaton
Sands at? What's Sands price at? I want to see if I how good my investment's looking.
This is a game, not an investment, sir.
I thought it was both.
It can't be both. That's not a thing.
That's all the comments were saying. Like, why is there no both option? Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah!
Yeah, little cheeky $6 James. I guess NYCFC is probably buy low, especially if they have 5 home games back to back in a row. Where regardless of how good this team is or isn't, it is just a tough place to play on that small little mini pitch. So
stats don't lie.
I'm
Home
a
teams
little
MLS.
sad that they haven't fired the coach yet before this nice little run of games. I'm kind of rooting for like a really bad result in the first one, and then they go, we got to fire him. And then they get like 4 games in a row with an interim coach.
Which is usually a bump.
I'd be okay for that. Exactly. Yeah. And they'd all bang hundreds at that point. Maybe DC will beat them really bad, and they'll be like, okay, enough.
I've also been playing a freeze rare too. So if anybody's watching has a freeze rare, hit me up.
Oh, there you go. Making the deals on the show.
Freeze actually really does look really good, to be fair.
Yeah. Him and Steve Clark are my 2 favorites that I've seen.
Dude, Saba to make the Georgia squad for the Euros. That's a really good shot, man. Saba's cool, man. It hasn't really like shown up on the stat sheet or anything, but dude, when you watch him play, he does a lot of good stuff. He cooked Orlando, man.
What's that going to look like for the Euros and Copa America? Are they just going to be in whatever league that they're in is going to be their competition that you can enter? So like he's still fit in Challenger, or are they doing a whole
They're probably
separate
just going to do special weeklies, I would guess.
Okay.
With like a Euros comp. Right. I guess you can still use them in like All-Star and stuff though, can't you?
Yeah.
Like cap modes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But they'll be no offense. They'll probably be a quick exit. So he'll be back with Atlanta, even though they did. I don't know if you saw that game they won on pens. It was against was it against Greece?
maybe.
Was it a little Atlanta rivalry? Mini Atlanta rivalry? GG versus Saba?
Those are cheeky. Mike Bassett with his level 20 freeze. He
Smart
ain't going
man.
anywhere. So
He
tough
knows.
luck. You know who we have to give praise to again. We've been talking about it. We've been saying it. Lewis Morgan season's back, baby. I faded him. I captained Lewis Morgan this week, and it worked out wonders for me because, man, he is inevitable, and he is all over this pitch. Watching him firsthand, what a guy! He's
winning the Golden Boot right now. Is he not?
Yes, he is. He is.
Yeah. Him and how close is Benteke to him too? Is Benteke
No, he's only got 4 right now. He's missed about 4 golden chances, so he could have like 8.
And in the last game, 4 goals.
Literally, like over the last 3 weeks, he's probably missed like 4 goals. I think Benteke's tied for 4th. I forget who else had 5.
Arando might be up now too because he just had a hat trick. We'll talk about that later.
Jovic had 5.
Yeah, I think it's Jovic. It's Jovic, Chicho, Morgan, Luis Suarez.
Morgan is first. Chicho, Yakimakis, and Jovic are.
Yeah.
I guess 5. Yeah. Yakimakis just put himself there.
Oh, is that? Yeah, is that with the new goal?
Did literally just score. Suarez also has 5.
Is that with the?
And then Benteke has 4. That's definitely with the new goal because Benteke was in 4th before. That was before Chicho went off.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Golden boot race is heating up. Love to see it.
Where's Polito? Where's Polito at?
I don't know. Where is he, buddy? Huh? Where is he? Hurt again? Shocking.
Yeah, I gotta DM someone.
I'm seeing Bongi, but I'm not seeing a Polito.
Yikes.
Polito does have 1.
I'm seeing Kokoro too.
Shout out.
Gross.
They're not putting the assist for Saba on Sorare.
Yeah, I see that. Yo, Optic, get
Maybe
it
it got
together, man.
deflected. Did it get deflected?
I don't
No,
think it did. I
looked
think it
pretty
went
good.
right to him.
It looked pretty clean, buddy. I don't
Is
know
it
what
on
that-
actual Sorare, maybe? Oh, also, did you hit 300 points on the PSG? Is the game over?
Good call. Let's see.
Look at you getting your results and stuff. But yeah,
No, they
dude,
still haven't put it on there. Wow, as well.
they better get to it. Do it to it. Chris, where we at? Where we at here? What you got? What you got? Did you win? Did you win the game? Did you win Mbappe?
3-12.
Hey.
Donnarumma for the win.
Donnarumma. Nice.
There you go.
That's
Get
beautiful.
that Mbappe.
So I
limited.
can win this week nothing from So5 and then win a limited Mbappe and a Dortmund jersey from Rivals.
Now, is that a good weekend? Is that good?
Oh, we take those.
Oh, we take
Are we
that.
just gonna
Every
be-
day.
Are we going to become a full-time Rivals player? Just sell the gallery and play all Rivals?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you get
Don't even,
Mbappe.
don't
I got a
even need to
VT.
enter. Who needs relegation? I have arena tickets.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, this whole Red Bulls thing. Red Bulls are very good. Orlando is still very questionable. Bench Facundo Torres. Yeah, I don't know.
For now.
What happened with Muriel getting subbed out?
Yeah, good question.
Just old. Just wasn't happening. Fresh legs. Jack Lynn season. No, I mean the thing is Muriel does so much. Like he's not even really like a forward. He's like our number 10 basically. So he just drops in, plays in midfield, tries to correlate. Everybody takes up the same space as each other. They run into each other. Nothing gets happened. Ball gets picked off, goes the other way, and then we're scrambling with Kyle Smith as a defensive mid. Things are great. But Orlando has 2 weeks off, 2 bye weeks, back to back. Basically, we don't play again until the 13th. So hard reset. Everybody's back. Cesar Araujo is back. Cartagena's back. Poppy didn't start Brecalo in this game and started Schlegel for whatever reason. It's just yeah, things are a little questionable. But it is what it is. The Saba assist went on and then came off Sorare data. And
They're
Mike
about to
Bass
show
ended
the
on
replay,
297.
I'm refreshing. I'm seeing if it's up on actual Sorare. Because I know. No, it still is not there. Fix your game, Sorare.
Oh, I think here it is right here.
You're going to get called out.
This is incredible content.
Just start pulling a trip and B, just go off.
Oh, no, that wasn't it.
Oh, this
Aren't
is
you
it.
minting my Elenis Vargas?
Oh, yeah, man. They still haven't minted like half of Orlando's roster either, man. It's annoying.
Actually,
But-
that might have got deflected.
Well, yeah, they did.
The initial cross potentially could have gotten deflected.
maybe.
I'm gonna look again.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
that replay looks like he sort of chips it up over.
I don't know. Thomas over here, who is at the game, is over here in the Discord saying that it's an assist all day. So
You can't see anything from the game. Come on.
you can see a
You
whole
think
lot
that
from
the
game.
4K cameras that are on the field level can see better than Thomas? Come on.
He's on the field.
He should do an analysis of it. He can't see anything.
He is on the
Celebrated-
side in
He
warm-ups
celebrated with the
the season.
team. He celebrated with the team the goal, and so he's
You
He
didn't
actually
see him?
scored the goal.
You didn't see him over there?
he was the post.
They actually gave him number 7.
But yeah, buy low on Orlando City, y'all. We're back. We're coming back.
What did I say? I bought
Yep.
low.
The
They're probably lower
rotation,
now, but
the
still.
rotation on that ball looks like it's deflected.
Okay.
Somebody
Rotation
emails-
scientist.
It
Even
is
so-
literally spinning like this front way as if it got
Yeah,
deflected.
all right.
not
Give
as
me
if it
the
came.
velocity and the trajectory of the
It was
momentum
a
of the ball.
10.4
The
angular
Pythagorean theorem.
momentum.
Yeah, something about a Pythagorean theorem and stuff like
What was
that.
What was the XA expected assist?
-3.
That checks out. Oh wait, they just showed like
And also
Listen, Daniel.
also Chris Brady jumped over the ball, which is not what you're supposed to do as a goalkeeper.
Nobody's ever tired of the Orlando propaganda. Okay, nobody's ever tired of it. Everyone.
Is it
actually,
propaganda?
people
We kind of
are.
just keep complaining about how bad they are.
Yeah,
bad.
it's saying to sell your Facundo Torres is propaganda. I don't know what it is. We should have sold them in the offseason. I'm mad.
Oh, I don't think that's a deflection. They showed
So-
it again.
Here's the question. If you are trying to cross a ball and your cross would have been shit, but it gets deflected and it goes to the right place, is that an assist? You know?
See, but
Yeah.
Mike Basson says the cross went where intended, so touch didn't affect his destination.
No, but that's my question. If there wasn't a touch, it wouldn't have gone to him because it got touched and it went to him, right?
But we don't know that.
All right, who's gonna email So Rare? Who's it gonna be?
I'll email Nellis. And then,
We,
There you go. I can DM him. I saw him at Wembley.
we need a physicist in here, is what we need apparently, because we need some calculations done.
we need the Mythbusters. Can we bring them back? Are they still alive?
Yo, bring back the Mythbusters to find out if Austin is in fact back or Dallas is just that bad. Because
Hold on, I'm gonna save us some time because we're getting to an hour here. Austin and Dallas and Houston and San Jose are the actual same game. They were both complete trash. The home team conceded first and then scored 2 goals to win it rather late. Yeah, that's all you really need to know. I mean, Driussi's back. Rubio's okay.
And we know whose season it is too. It's John
Yarbrough
Gallagher's season.
Yarbrough was really trying there for a while, and then they conceded, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing this anymore." Yeah,
My man got no help.
tough scenes. Actually, both
man's
Jesuses were
got
out on
no
Easter
help.
weekend for
Yo,
Dallas.
Diego
which was
Rubio is back.
tough.
Driussi is back.
Driussi's
What are
back. Rubio. Driussi's back.
Rubio was also back. Rubio played really well, to be fair. And Ring was further forward, which is good. I don't know if like Heinz Ike is an upgraded center back, but yeah, that was the thing that happened. I watched both games, to be fair, and they were both
John Gallagher forwards.
just the same thing. To be fair, maybe Jader O'Brien could be a somewhat sneaky play as a forward. Because I think he probably starts a bunch of games and like eventually he's gonna get a decisive or two. He's not the worst player on
Yeah, but we don't know when that's gonna be, Chris. That's the
But
problem.
they also rotate Zardes in sometimes. I remember last year they did at least.
I ain't digging
Is
it.
it?
I mean, he's been starting a lot. And he's not terrible.
He ain't great either.
Yeah, I mean that's some yellow scores right there.
At some point, he is going to get on the score sheet because Driussi is going to create stuff for him. So he was on the score sheet. It just got called offside, and he had a great celebration.
I'm not sold, Chris.
It did not count, but it was Omar Gonzalez literally had to go over to him celebrating with the fans and be like, "Yo, that's not a goal, my guy. They called you offside." It was cool.
Oh man. Yeah, Austin, Dallas again. The same thing with like Orlando and Dallas last week. It's just you can't really say much about anything with these teams because we don't really know yet. We just don't know enough yet.
MLS record for sellout streak though for Austin. So fans still showing up.
And their stadium's very nice. When I went last year, it was extremely
Yeah.
nice. That's where I got this from.
It is high on my list of stadiums that I do want to visit. So hopefully I should probably visit them while they're bad and it's a guaranteed dub. Because taking a trip and just coming home with an L is just never a good time. It is never a good time. And it happens way too much to me. So I do want to apologize to the Houston Dynamo. I threw a little slander at them. I said I wasn't a believer. I said until they're all healthy, I don't want anything to do with them. But at home, they get it done. They're scoring goals. Ferreira is back, like you guys said, scored a goal and subbed off injured. Don't know what happened there.
But
I think he was fine. I don't remember him going off like actually hurt.
I think it was cramp.
Yeah,
or something
I think
like
he was
that.
fine.
Yeah.
How uninteresting this game is. I actually just remembered something from the DC game that was important that I think we should, instead of talking about Houston, we should talk about this. Waterman should have been sent off in the DC Montreal game, and that 100% would have changed the entirety of the game because Waterman was the only thing between Benteke and a hat trick. Like Waterman was fantastic on Benteke, and he 100,000% should have been sent off in the first half. He commits a yellow card foul to try to stop a counterattack, doesn't stop the counterattack, commits another yellow card foul to try to stop the counterattack, doesn't stop the counterattack, and then just gets tired of even committing yellow card fouls and decides to just slide at the guy's ankles, like nowhere near the ball. And apparently it was determined that he didn't get enough contact on him or something.
All
But
ball,
like,
baby.
if
All
you
ball.
bring no, not even close to the ball. Like, literally didn't even get enough of his feet to be considered a tackle. Like, that's why he was only given a yellow card for that. But he had already picked up 3 yellow cards on the play. So, like, even if you determine that that's only a yellow card, he still should have been sent off because he committed 3 fouls on one play that all are yellow cards. So that was super frustrating. And yes, he 100% did bring down Ted Cudi-Pietro. And I mean, Cudi-Pietro's running forward past him, can't see him. So, like, if he goes down, it's because he got tackled. It's not because he was, like, looking for contact. Because, like, he had to have. There's no way that he could have not been contacted at all and just gone down. So, yes, he should have been sent off.
They said
It
above
was,
ankles
it was
red.
not last man. It was
It's not last man. So
No dog zone, no red card.
It was not last man, but it was. I mean, you're literally trying to slide tackle, and nowhere near the ball. You're like 2 yards away from the ball. Like, you're nowhere close, and you've already picked up. Like, that's the worst part for me, is that you basically have already picked up a yellow card at that point. Like, you haven't been physically given the yellow card yet, but you committed a yellow card foul earlier on in the possession. So, like, you should, for my money, you should be on a yellow card at that point.
So what
I
we're
don't know
looking
what you
is
guys think.
Benteke should have scored 6 goals in this game.
No, only
and
3.
and you guys still won, so it doesn't matter.
True.
Because it was a lot closer than it should have been. And
So you just wanted to demolish them, is what you're saying.
yes, and
But,
my
hey,
Benteke
Aaron
only
Herrera
scored a
didn't mean that.
35, and it would have been nice if he'd scored more than that.
How many duels did he win, or how many aerial duels? All of them?
Waterman?
No, Benteke,
Let's see.
because we know he's Mr. Aerial Duel.
Well, you know, it's
I
funny
don't
that
think
you
it.
actually-
I don't think it does aerial duel versus normal. He won 10 duels and lost 7. So
Ooh, probably all aerial.
Bill Waterman locked
aerial.
him down, baby.
and it was definitely Waterman. Like, Waterman's really good, and he's really good in the air, and like that's the only reason they were anywhere near this game.
God, we have more DC stacks in here. We got to get Chris off the internet, man.
Yes,
It's terrible. Ugh.
Thank you.
God, terrible. Speaking of, though, it is Jeremy Abobasi season because, like, as I was looking this, San Jose got 2 red cards in this game. Jackson Ewell, gone. Preston Judd, gone. So
And
San
Abobasi will
Jose,
still be coming off the bench.
It is not a Bobasi. Do not listen to him.
Yes,
It is not a
it
Bobasi
is not a
season.
Bobasi season.
It is Franco Escobar season. I've been saying he's so good for a long time, and look what he does.
Hey, what about Artur? Artur
Artur-
100 too.
Artur is once Hector Herrera comes back, he will be consistent 40
yeah,
scorer.
shout out to
But
Chip and B. He was just talking about picking up an R tour. And I will got to say, when I saw that Franco Escobar got the goal, I was like, dang it. Alex has been shouting this out for like 2 weeks now, and it finally came through.
and guess who didn't captain him?
You
Nope, I
Bro.
captained Ojeda, and he had a 40. So.
got to put your money where your mouth is, man. Like, come
Oh,
on. You're
I've been-
hyping him up.
All the guys that I have in my lineup, I've been preaching, so I just had to pick one of them.
Yeah, the Pedro Santos sub was great. And Pedro Santos is going to cook all season somehow. Old as dirt, but he's still out here doing it. And you just got, if you throw a ball to Benteke, good things are going to happen. So,
He didn't even do that. He scored in this game. So,
yeah.
he can do that too.
What a banger, too. What a goal.
Yeah, it was a great goal.
What a goal from him. We did touch on this earlier, but we got to bring it up. And I do want to shout out that there's been question marks for 2 seasons now, but I think it's safe to say that it is officially Jacob Schaffelberg season. He is back. He's effective. He is impacting these games. He's one of the only people that's really impacting these games. And Hani Mukhtar finally back on the score sheet. Congratulations to him. And Columbus Crew, man. Patrick Schulte.
Get rid of
Is
your
it-
Nashville cards.
Is that a Rossi decisive, I see? Is that the first one of the season?
And still
Yes.
no AA.
Yeah, zero.
assist.
Negative AA, actually.
Yeah.
I think. Like, right? Is it negative?
Anyone want to buy a Hinestrosa? Because
I told you it's
dude.
just a season,
I have one and I don't want it.
and it's new season. But yeah,
It's new
Schaffelberg is the king of baby ball over the top and just run after it. So
And he
hey,
does
it
very
works.
good.
It's working out. And also shout out Lovitz too, actually producing.
Oh God, yeah. Daniel Cooper brings it up, man. Rossi with a terrible
Yeah.
penalty on top of that. So
Yeah,
another
he's just
decisive
been
job.
dreadful. He's been dreadful like this whole year. Not like horrible, but like we
It ain't been
last,
great.
we wanted last year when I had his limited. Oh my god, 80s every game. Now, lucky to get a decisive.
So you're still on this anti Nashville thing. What's going on, Chris? I know we're saying them down, but there are pieces on this team that are decent. What
There are pieces.
yeah,
What pieces?
Jacob Schaffelberg.
That's like a half chewed dog piece. Like that's when the dog gets a hold of and he eats it, and then you have to fish it out of his poop. Like, I mean, it's
And the-
still kind of a piece, but it's not really a piece.
Yeah, look at that. Schaffelberg's a new he's a new Cape Cavalier. Look at that. He's gonna do great things. Great things.
I don't
Schaffelberg's
think he's
gotta
the
go to
fastest kid cow.
He'll be in Tijuana in a year.
He'll be a deal.
I'm just saying, man. Have you seen some of these goals? Did you see the goal that he scored for Canada? Like Schaffelberg, like before Schaffelberg was like, get down the wing, not really do much, put in a hopeful cross and hope for the best. But like now, Schaffelberg is cutting inside, and he is just making things happen. So I don't know, man. Although I'm very down on Nashville. Very down on Nashville. I do think that Schaffelberg is someone to look at because he is producing. That's all I'm saying.
He has a 43 L40 right now. So
That's hey, cap 240. It's time.
I mean,
Look
producing
at
is
that.
a
That's
strong
not that bad. That's not like,
Producing
but
is
that's
a strong
sporadic.
word.
It's
He's not
sporadic.
even
But that's what
starting.
you want.
He's not even starting, Jorge.
They've
Come
been
on.
in CONCACAF. That's CONCACAF, baby. This team was in CONCACAF. You got to remember that.
Your word
That's
was
true.
they got thrashed.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's true.
He was starting like important games, is what I'm saying, and
He did
producing.
cook
in
against-
He was
important
he did
starting
cook
all
against
of
Miami.
He was starting all of the CONCACAF games.
Yeah, buddy.
But
And
I still don't see any AA to anywhere to speak of. So.
Who starts over him now, though? Like,
No, that's Schaffelberg's spot.
Well,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
that is one saving grace is that they don't really have any other pieces, so he kind of has to start. So that's nice.
Yeah, and nobody else is doing it. Someone's got to score goals. Maybe
That's
Also-
not true. Nashville will prove to you that that's not true. You
Godoy
do not
will
have to
prove to
score
you.
goals.
Godoy will prove you that he can score goals, and a beautiful goal too.
Yeah, he's not allowed to do bicycle kicks. He's a defensive mid.
I almost picked him up because he was like literally like cents, like pennies. I was like, nah, it's not. He's never gonna do much. And sure enough,
he still has them.
Yeah, just buy Nwobodo if you're going to pay cents.
Yeah, Nwobodo's way better than.
I already got one. Okay,
Get another one.
Get another one. You can start three teams, man.
Get a new season one.
I actually was thinking about that. I was like, oh, maybe I should get it in Mobodo.
Play in all three lineups.
St. Louis City leaks goals to this Real Salt Lake team. Diego Luna is back. Diego Luna off the bench with an assist, and Chicho Arango with a hat trick. Slow start to the season. Where was Chicho? People were asking. People wanted to know. Well, guess what? He let you know. St. Louis, what are you doing? What are we thinking? What are we thinking about this Real Salt Lake team? What are we thinking about St. Louis? They're dominant last year, and they're doing okay. They're scoring goals, but they're not getting results. What's going
They're
on?
giving up a lot of goals. You hit
Yeah.
the nail on the head with that. Like they are scoring goals, but they're also conceding goals. And
But
that
Berkey
kind of
was the
thing
guy.
last year. Yeah,
Berkey's the guy. What happened?
Berkey was just standing on his head, and now he all the blood rushed to his head, and now he's tired. And
Yeah, he was getting pissed off because his defenders were, making some mistakes. So I don't know. Maybe his team chemistry not looking too good. Maybe because like they have decent depth. Like Adir, I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Adeniran.
on the Adeniran, there you go. He's really good. Like he's a really good backup striker, and he was starting even to start the year. So like St. Louis have the pieces, and their coach is really good, but they're just not getting results, which is really weird because of how good they were playing last year too. It also doesn't help that Klaus has only gotten one goal this season and done nothing in the other games. So I don't know. Defender of the year also putting up a 17. It's not. Yeah, there's something going wrong. And I also saw that they were complaining about Arango maybe getting sent off at some point. I saw,
yeah.
the elbow, I think, or something like that.
Soft.
And so
it would have been soft.
yeah, they're not going to send him off for that.
I will say they've only lost one game. It's their first loss of the season.
St.
It's-
Louis.
Yeah.
Here,
They're not winning games, but they're also not losing games. So I don't think I'm super worried. I mean, I think they're still generally probably going to make the playoffs, but not really be that much of a threat.
Hey, if SKC could do it, the terrible start to last season.
No,
Anything's
SKC
possible.
has
Just no.
way more talent than St. Louis does. It's not even close.
he knows. Also, here
You're
you.
just saying that because Alex is here.
He's
No,
being correct.
If anything, I would probably make fun of him and say they don't have talent when they actually do.
Yeah.
But
We have a like really good top to bottom lineup. But here, I can show you if you want to. I have it pulled up. The elbow people were mad at. Here, can you see it?
Yeah.
All right, here. So this is what they were complaining about. They're saying he already punched him. That's not. They can't. They
Man, he was just trying to get him off, bro.
I
You have someone
understand.
like holding on to you, and like, granted, it looks bad. Okay, like you can't be doing that either. But I think if getting sent off for that, it's a little.
hey,
Stretch.
Waterman tried to slide tackle someone and missed. So if that doesn't, I mean, that was definitely intentional.
Oh,
If that doesn't happen, then
Yeah,
There we
I don't
go.
know.
I don't think
It is what it is. But like he didn't have a hat trick before that happened, though, didn't he? Like that was beforehand. So like,
I think he only had
Whatever.
one.
yeah, whatever situation was, they lit a fire under Chicho, and he was like, "Okay, hold my beer." It scored a great hat trick. And dude, we say it every week. Doesn't matter what happens. Is that RSL gets overlooked all the time. No one ever talks about RSL, but when it comes down to it, they be scoring and making things happen. So
they've made the playoffs like what 4 years in a row,
Mhm.
and probably going to make it 5 this year.
Yeah.
And every single season, it's been like, yeah, they're one of the worst teams in the league, and they're just not.
I don't. Where do you hear that? Because I've always been like RSL positive, and I never hear any like that much RSL slander.
I don't
I
even
mean-
think they're slander. Just nobody talks about them.
I guess
No-
they're just underrated.
nobody talks about them, but also people have always said like, oh, there's not a ton of talent. Like Rusnak was the only player on their team for a while. Like Diego Luna is the only player on their team. Like they just don't have like nobody likes Justin Glad, but like he's a very good center back in the league.
Right,
you know?
solid.
Nobody likes McMath, but like he's a very good goalkeeper. Like,
McMahon
do
is
we
the
know-
biggest one.
Do we know that situation with him and Beavers? Are they just going to put Beavers on like once a month, or are they just going to keep McMath in? Because I know that like
I think it's going to be McMath unless they really have to rotate.
Yeah, I think something like crazy needs to happen for McMath to really just lose a spot like that. Like there'll be random. There's always random rotation, but yeah, I don't think that McMath's spot's necessarily in danger at all. And Pablo Ruiz missing for them is huge. It does put a damper in things, but
Ojeda's been a good replacement so far, besides this most recent game. But he still like looked pretty good anyway. Even if he didn't show it in the scores, he still did look pretty good. So last season it hurt them a lot more missing Ruiz. This season, with Arango being as hot as he is, they could be a big problem.
Yeah, you keep trying to sell me on that.
He's good. He's really
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There you go, a little Beavers Leagues Cup run. That sounds.
That's what I was thinking. Yep.
Better
Pools
stack
camp
up.
running.
Oh, he could play in the U.S. Open. Oh wait,
Ooh.
sorry,
Touchy subject.
never
Ooh,
mind.
Too soon. Too
JK.
soon.
JK.
Too soon. Too soon.
We'll play Pools Camp in the Open Cup.
There you go.
But yo, we have.
There's a-
one more... No, go ahead.
Everybody that bought Pools Camp waiting for Amelia to die or whatever, he'll get his Open Cup time. He won't get scores for it, but he'll play. He might play Leagues Cup too, like a little. Actually, no. We're gonna try in that. You'll never see Pools Camp.
Melia is never gonna die, man. Melia's gonna play forever. He's gonna stop pens forever. He's gonna do great times. Keep
Now
clean
that
sheets
we've
for you
said
when
that-
you don't expect it.
Now that we've said that, Pulse Camp will be starting by next week. Just wait.
Everybody buy your Pools Camps.
Oh man, look, there's one more matchup we got to cover. We're at an hour and 24 minutes. These things keep getting longer, and maybe actually this one's pretty short. But the Vancouver, well, that's an empty screen. What's going on, buddy? Okay, here we go. The Vancouver Whitecaps and the Portland Timbers, 3-2 to the Whitecaps on their big old home stretch. We all loaded up on the Whitecaps. We saw those price graphs. No Brian White. Who cares? We could still score 3 goals. And Chris, the MLS card guy.
Guess who scored, Chris?
Wait, who scored? Who did
Look
it?
on
Who
the
did a thing?
Look on the bench.
Was it Brian
here.
White? Oh
Uh,
no. Yeah.
I thought they weren't
Raposo.
repeatable. I thought they weren't repeatable.
No, Raposo is still trash.
Didn't even start.
He doesn't even need to
Doesn't
start.
Doesn't
start.
need to start.
But he's
Also, you're
still scoring goals.
Also, what happened with Fafa Peak? I thought you were trashing on him too. It looks like he could actually start. He might be over.
I thought I
whenever
said
White comes back.
Pico was decent.
No,
I-
because he was so expensive. You said no one buy him.
Oh, well, that would make sense if he's expensive.
He was like $6 for new season.
I've been a little down on Fafa Pico.
That's
I didn't know if he was. My thing was just like I didn't know what that position was going to look like and whether he was going to be like a locked-in starter or not.
To be fair, do we know that now?
No,
No.
but Fafa Pico can score goals. Like he does have a
He
foot
was
on him.
decent in Houston.
And so whenever White comes back, he'll probably slot in for Krylak, and they might start Pico again because Krylak's been like 0 AA. He just scored once, and that's it.
Yeah, he's kind of been slogging around the midfield, kind of
Yep.
slogging.
And I think White will play because it was a concussion protocol thing, and he'll probably be good to go.
Yeah. I definitely need that back. Ew. Yeah. Shout out to Felipe Mora, who coming back from the dead here, late off the bench to score a goal to maybe give Portland some hope. Maybe.
I think I have him in my as a super rare. I have some.
Did-
I have somebody like that.
Did
Yeah,
I just see
Felipe-
Guzang come off his line?
Yeah.
Felipe Mora just hasn't
almost messed
been
it
able
up.
to make it happen. It's just, I don't think it's like ever really hit, has it?
No.
Also, when is Bravo coming back? Oh, yeah, when is Bravo coming back? Because I thought it was preseason injury, and when he comes back, that could be really good for them too.
And a down game from Santi Moreno. Way to make everybody else's lineups better because everyone's been hot on him. Except for Evander. That's right. Daniel Cooper brings up a good point, man. Evander is finally doing the Evander things that we all thought Evander would do things. Isn't it?
Who is
great?
it that has 4 rare Evanders? Someone in the Discord has 4 rare Evanders.
Oh, isn't it Frips over USA? Isn't he?
I
like,
think
on
so.
there?
Yeah. Yep.
Chris, how are we on the Evander train? How are we feeling about Evander? We don't really talk about Evander. I don't think any of us own Evander. But is
I
it
don't
time to own an
think I
Evander?
do.
How much is it?
What's his price?
Currently,
Very expensive.
yeah, it's freaking Evander, bro.
Whoa.
Oh, $15 for a classic. Hold on.
New season's wild though.
Yeah, new season a little pricey. That $15
I
classic.
don't know.
floor
I think that's about right. I don't think that's a terrible price
yeah,
because he
dude,
does have upside.
Evander Moreno, man. Daniel
Nice.
Cooper's been on the stack.
It's a beautiful
To
stack.
be fair, have they hit in the same game? Because I feel like every time Evander hits, Moreno doesn't, and vice versa. Because I remember Moreno's had a few big games this year already, but I don't think they've been with Evander.
I think they coincided once. I think that 80 was it that 88. I think Evander did something in that. No. Oh yeah, they haven't done anything. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess the AA from Moreno's been good enough, and I guess for both of them, the AA is not that bad. So
Yeah. I mean, they're both not bad, but I think it's kind of one or the other. Like it's kind of who does the defense want to take out and shut down, and then the other one kind of pops off. But I don't know if I love stacking them. I mean,
fair.
eventually one of them is going to assist the other, but
you have to think it's a matter of time, right?
yeah, like at some point they are both going to hit at the same time. But it's not like a Herrera Benteke stack or something, like a Santos Benteke stack, something like
Or a Brooks Lennon GG stack.
yeah, something like that,
Ooh.
where it's like one is gonna assist the other like 10 times all year, you know.
I mean,
It'll happen, and I'll.
but you
be
got to
there.
think they
Trust
have
me.
they have a new striker, right? So like you can't really count on him. It's his first year in the league. Like there's going to be an adjustment period, so it's going to be hit or miss. Anthony, same thing, newish, has shown some quality, but like it's still going to be a little hit or miss for the time being. So realistically, Sansi and Evander is probably your best bet anyway, and will be the ones that you can definitely count on to kind of have that in a perfect world. So it's there, and it's just got to hit. And watch, now that we're all like, oh, it's not gonna hit. It's gonna hit.
No, I'm not saying it's not going to hit. I'm just saying it hasn't hit yet. To be
Yeah.
fair.
But that's when you
Also-
want it. You want it before it hits.
How has Mascara been doing? I think he's had himself a nice little season so far too. Right?
Yeah, I really liked Mascara. To be
Yeah, a little
fair,
clearance off the line.
I picked him up for very expensive, and he had a terrible last season, but he's been better this year so far. So
Oh, we got a Shaqiri signing.
Yep.
Sighting.
Yep,
And
he's
there's
here.
still no assist for Sabo.
He's already walking. He just came on the pitch. He's already walking.
he's
How is
already
this possible?
he's tired, guys. He's tired. It was a long
Really?
run to the middle of the field.
he's actually walking already. No, they have him on the wing. He's out of bounds. Why is he out of bounds?
Oh, it's fine.
man.
He's standing there with his hand up. Oh no, he's gonna he's gonna whip in
He's
crosses for the next 40 minutes.
Standing there with his hand up.
He's gonna whip in crosses.
Yeah, Mascara's okay.
He's not bad. He's cheap. So I mean,
That's true.
He's got potential. He's got a lot of potential.
They all have potential, Chris.
No, they
Whether
don't.
they-
Leak.
Schaffelberg doesn't have any potential.
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa!
I don't
What are we
know.
saying?
I don't know.
Potential means that they can score more than 20 AA points, and Schaffelberg cannot do that.
He got 17. That's close.
That is not 20.
I
It's
don't know who
close.
pissed in your Schaffelberg cereal.
Has Benteke ever gotten 28? He has no potential.
I'm pretty sure he has because he wins all the aerial duels. That's why I love him.
Yeah, but then he has 15 points off
Well,
missed big
Yeah,
chances per game.
if he misses all the chances, then yeah, he's not gonna have an AA.
I refuse.
I think when he got that 100, he got 28. So
I refuse to accept your slander anymore on the Schaffelberg situation. There you go. Yellow card for Chris for dissent. Mike Basson gets it.
Hey,
I'm over it.
at least I didn't get sent off for sliding into Schaffelberg's feet without trying to get the ball at all. Jeez.
that's not
might
a.
as well
that's
be
not
with
a
these
red. We already
comments.
figured that.
You might
Yeah,
as well
Water-
be with these comments.
Yeah, Waterman did it. It's not a red card. We already know.
Benteke has already had 22 or more AA twice this season. So
Oh my God! Get
there you
off you! You want to yell at me for all my freaking Orlando City stuff? We need to talk to Chris about all this DC nonsense. Because look, we get it. You guys are finally making things happen. We're all
we're
excited
a team
for you.
again. Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay,
is
Benteke.
great.
Benteke is awesome. Where's that?
Now
score
I
at?
remember why.
Is this price coming down? Is this price coming down?
No,
What's this price at? No.
not really.
Okay. Anyway, we have covered this league. There is Atlanta, Chicago with 40 minutes left in the game or so. Math, I don't know, something.
Mascara's coming. on.
Atlanta's up
Yep.
1-0.
Other mascara.
Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about this past weekend? Anybody in the chat has anything left they want to bring up, want us to remember from this great weekend before we get out of here?
So Joel Waterman should have been sent off. No,
Oh my God.
just kidding.
Oh my God. Alex, give me something. We can't end on that. We can't end with this.
I'll just reiterate what Trippin said. Can you mint my team's cards, please? I want to have Vargas. I want to have Jake Davis new season. I want to have Polito new season and Melia new season. Please mint my team's cards.
That's it. There you have it. For those of us that hung out, for those of you that hung out with us on this fine Easter Sunday, if that's something you're into, appreciate you. So rare. Get to minting. Chris, I'm so upset at you after today. And you know what? We'll see y'all this week. We got previews, we got pods, we got all that good stuff. Sean John is Toronto's second best keeper. Daniel Cooper, get out of here. What is with
Absolutely
everybody's
not.
nonsense
No.
today?
Absolutely not true.
Stop with everybody's nonsense.
No.
And yes,
Not
Cucho
even
killed
a little bit.
everybody this game week. We totally forgot about. Did we even touch that Columbus game? Did we even talk
No.
about Columbus?
No, I
We
don't.
talked about
we-
Schaffelberg at
we-
length.
we just talked about Nashville the whole time. Ooh, what a goal!
Oh,
Oh,
Did he just,
2-0.
was that mascara?
Oh,
I
what
think
a
I-
ball!
I think it's Sunday.
What a ball!
No, it was someone to Jay. I don't watch Atlanta.
There you go. There you have it. Thank you, Mike Basson. Great show. You're welcome. Love y'all. Atlanta United. I can't say they're massive, but they're winning.